Jessica could do what she's doing anywhere. She won't go anywhere. Reason is because I've taken the time. When I met her, she was in a completely different place. Took the time, poured into her, whatever, and her life has changed dramatically. That's how you get people who will run through a wall for you. I could call people in this room and be like, yo, if I'm in town, I'm like, yo, I need a place. Everyone will be like, yeah, dude, everything's open. That's influence, that's leadership.
Yeah, so like the paradigm shift, just in my situation, like, just sharing everything I know in a room like this, it's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
How would you take that to like, if I'm trying to do local events, like, would I give the same presentation?
Here's my experience, because I've been in front of rooms now for like 10 years. If I'm in a big room with a general population, because this is kind of higher level, right? But if I'm in a room with the general population, there could be 1,000 people there. 1% will do anything that I say. I've been teaching people how to list property in high volume for 10 years. You know how many people have actually listened? A handful. Me. Yeah, Jose. Bro, Jose, he tried to get in my role play schedule for a year. I kept pushing him away, pushing him away, pushing him away, pushing him away, right? And then he finally got in, and literally everything I would say to him, he would do. Now, he's been the #1 listing agent in his county, Ventura County, for 7 years in a row. So am I telling you to give away like all like the secret sauce? You know what I mean? Like the secret sauce? My experience is that if you give away your best stuff, if you are uncomfortable, if you're not uncomfortable with what you're about to share, you're not giving enough. Do you know he sat in front of, me and him did an event in California. He sat in front of all of his biggest competitors.
And they all showed up.
And did a live listing presentation and told them exactly what he says.
It was funny because they all showed up.
They all showed up and they were quiet, like hiding in the corner, but they wanted to know. And he showed up and he wasn't like, well, maybe I can't. No, bro, he gave it to him.
The more I gave to them, it actually helped out my business because a lot of them ended up bringing deals to me that they couldn't close on their own. Right. And then the final part is they're not me and they're not you. Yeah. Regardless of it, like I can give you the exact blueprint and you're still not me.
Gonna practice.
You know? Like what I would say to you is I think it'll actually help out your business.
I do too.
Hurt your business.
Yeah.
Because you'll get people that will start bringing deals to you. Like I shared my purchase agreement with a guy, David Spartel's in our market. I talked to him last night and he was like, how do you do this? How do you do that? I'm like, and we talked about one time when we competed against each other. Yeah. And he laughed. He's like, I'm just glad that you're sharing this with me.
But think about the social currency that he's building with him. If he ever needs anything from that guy, he's going to help him. And what will happen, Abel, particularly in your instance, is exactly what's happening with Adeli's. I think it'll just be a little, like it'll magnify really quick, where how long have you been with us? 2 months. And in those 2 months, how many people from the organization have brought deals to you?
Like 7 or 8.
And how much money did you make in assignment fees?
I have to do the numbers, but I think it was 190 something.
Just being like, yeah, dude, do this. You know what I mean? Which is wild. And the vision is that's only going to keep getting bigger. It's going to keep magnifying. Imagine when there's 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, like that just compounds over time. And again, I fundamentally, I am very, very clear that whoever adds more value wins. And the best kind of example that we have to that, like imagine like the God of the universe being like, no, I'm not going to share that with you. That's not what he did, right? This type of being, which is what we're talking about in terms of leadership, whether it's reward or responsibility, being a responsibility-based leader is so rare that when somebody comes in contact with it, dude, I've been on calls where people are like, what's the catch? They're like, wait a minute, you're gonna give me all that? Like almost nobody plays the game that way. I wanna exchange with people in ways that are overly abundant. I want you to feel like you're stealing from me, right? I wanna give you so much value, you're like, bro, that's crazy. I should be paying like this way more for that, you know what I mean? And when you do that though, I think it fosters this social currency and people realize, anybody besides me have ever like come in contact with somebody like that and you realize like, oh, I can now show up fully, completely, and I can share fully and completely. And then once you get a reputation like that, it just snowballs, right? And most agents, again, we said they don't do this because they don't think it's central to their growth. That's not true. You will grow faster through other people than you will on your own efforts. I've had months we brought like 20, 30 agents. I bring one. Everybody else brings everybody else, right? And too many people or leaders, agents, believe that this is a soft pursuit and it's not as important as like doing events or media. Let's say you're trying to build an organization. They're like, oh, developing leaders is like a soft pursuit. I should just focus on like events and media. That's not true. Do you know that 12 agents in our organization represent 87% of all the agents that have come to the company? Through developing what? You see how we think, oh, that's not important. Let me just focus on events and media. No. Once you get like a handful, let's say you get to like 20 agents or whatever, or if you're on your sales team and everything's cranking, look around and be like, yo, who could lead? So there's Jess, Vicente out in California, Dan, he's in the room, Eliseo's in the room, Quentin partnered with us. Brian, Ben, right? Sohail. Gabriella, who's never sold any real estate in her life, is on that list. Bro, so look, 12 people have added 289 agents. 12 of them. It's easier to grow through others than it is by your. If you find yourself struggling, it's probably because you're doing it all yourself. Okay? This is how important this is. This is how valuable this is. Okay, so FLQA is frontline qualifying agents. So these are agents that I've directly brought into the company. Now, you'll also notice this. You attract the many to find the few. You attract the many to find the few. So if you're going into battle, you have 100 people. 90 of them shouldn't be there. They're the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. When it's time to fight, they pee down their leg. 9 of them are soldiers. And we're glad that they are because the battle rises and falls on them. One of them's a warrior. The ones who's the warrior will make sure the mission's complete and as many people can come back. That one is like a needle in the haystack. A really powerful leader can grow to 500 to 1,000 in 3 to 5 years. There's only like 11 or whatever that are actually focused on it at all. Because I think if you bring 1 person over, 2 people over, that could be by accident. 3 or more, you're probably trying. So I just identify the ones that are paying attention to it, and guess who I check in with regularly? Hey, what are you doing? When's your next event? You got any third-party calls we could get on? What are you struggling with? How can I help? Right? And the non-FLQAs are people that I'm not their direct sponsor. No, I'm sorry. No, these are people that haven't hit the FLQA status, which frontline qualifying agent are agents that pay at least $5,000 into the cap. Okay. Yeah, so no, is everybody clear that building a leadership team is a productive and effective use of time?
Yes.
This is how you get multiplication. Do you see? My vision is every day of the week, 365 days a year, there is a event happening or media being posted that has an elite builder in it. Hell yeah. We were at a meeting in, I forgot where we were. It was an AXP meeting. And they brought us in a room, and it was what we were at like 100 or something. And I was like, yeah. And Jose was in the room. And I was like, yeah, Jose's going to have a picture of me up in his house, and his kids and his wife, when they walk by, they're going to go. And he was like, I have no problem with that, dude. Because this model allows that to happen. And I joke with him when he was building his house. I'm like, hey, when he was building his house, I was like, yo, did you put the shrine up yet?
I have a question.
Yeah. Developing leadership team. Here's some of our leadership team, right? And some of you guys are in this room. There's Jess, there's Jeff Quinton, there's Gabrielle. I have developed the leadership team, yes? And my job is to continue to build that leadership team because some of you are not on there yet, but you will be. Developing a leadership team always involves emotional and uncomfortable conversations. Always. If you want to be a leader, you're going to have to do it. Don't run away from it. How many uncomfortable conversations have me and you had? Nauseating, right?
Yes.
How many times have you wanted to like reach through the phone and punch me in the face?
Multiple.
Handful. Yep. Jess, how many really uncomfortable conversations have we had? A lot. Sometimes tears, yeah? Yeah, super uncomfortable.
I think the person you really get upset with is yourself because you know that it's true.
Yeah. And the person who pushes you the most actually cares the most.
Yeah. Yeah, like no one has helped me kind of come out of the shell more than you have.
Yeah.
No one, not even anyone.
But it required a lot of uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, few leaders look forward to these awkward moments and they prefer to let others deal with them. They shy away from them. They run away from them.
I used to give them all to you.
Bro, every time she had a problem, she'd be like, yo, call this person. And then finally, this is one of the uncomfortable conversations. Hey, just so you know, and I mean this with love, right? Children hide, adults show up, and they tell you what's true. And I know you may be not a child, but you're behaving like one. That's uncomfortable. But then, guess what happened? She stepped up. She doesn't do that frequently, if at all, anymore. She handles it. These types of leaders justify their behavior by saying that dealing with emotions and working through conflict and calling people out is touchy-feely and irrelevant to the bottom line. Bro, that's not true. It's the exact opposite. When you're developing a leadership team, sometimes you have to call leaders' behavior out and be like, hey, you're thinking about this wrong. She said to me on a call one time, how come you're not supporting me? I said, because you're wrong. I love you.
I was.
Yeah, and she was. And I told him, like, look, I'm not your boss. You can do whatever you want. here's what I would propose. Here's how you're not thinking about this right. Right? Long term, here's what it's going to do with a high degree of probability. 2, you're going to create an environment where people feel like they're competing against you, and that will deter your efforts and ability to have impact on others. So here's what I would suggest. You're a grown person. You can do what you want.
Not only that, but leadership skills help you in your family as well.
100%. The amount of progress that a man or woman experiences is directly correlated to the amount of truth that they can withstand. Most people, if I would talk to them like that, they'd be like, you're an asshole, and like never talk to me again. I'm leaving tomorrow. What she said is like, yeah, that's true. And I gave her options. You could do this or you could do that. Whatever you decide is fine. Here's my suggestion. She did the one that was the more uncomfortable one. And what happens is if you think that this is like a soft, squishy thing and not worth your time, it is a massive error in judgment. How many of you guys have a belief that conflict is negative and bad? Do you see? The conflict strengthens relationships because I don't know who you really are until it doesn't go right.
I just maybe I won't speak for me. I just didn't know how to actually do it. Like this is like scripts. It's like practice. You don't have a tactics on how to actually deal with people and their emotions. Like if you're not taught it, you just don't know it.
Well, here's what I think is really true about that. I hear what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
If you're not taught to be a leader or to deal with these like someone else's. You're dealing with someone else's emotions and feelings.
Well, and the truth is most of us, again, I mean this lovingly, most of us prior to getting into an opportunity like this and a model like this, you've never actually been a leader of anything.
Yeah.
It's counterintuitive. Mine and yours most productive meetings is when there's conflict. Mine and yours most productive meetings is when there's conflict. When me and Jose are triangulating ideas, because 95% of stuff we agree on. There's like maybe 5 where we're like, there's conflict. That's the most productive. You don't even sell real estate and you know more about like what's going on than like most people do who are actually selling real estate. I view it as my responsibility. If I'm gonna bring people to an organization, dude, it's my responsibility to ensure that I equip you with everything you need to be as productive as possible. Go watch like a motivational thing. Go read a David Goggins book. It's like, bro, no, you need strategy.